Yo, what's up everybody? How's it going? Today we are playing Balatro. And on this channel, the idea is that you guys send me an idea, a game, something that I can basically play or learn to play, and you just, and we watch it together. Maybe someday in the future we'll stream it, but right now we're just playing on YouTube as a recording. So the idea of our today's game is just we'll learn the ropes of the game and we'll look into it. So I have some experience with the game. I played it a bit on my iPad, and right now it's like a PC version, but well, it's basically the same game. And the video is also beginners friendly, which means that I'll explain everything along the way, which I'll do with every single game we play on this channel. So if you have any idea what to play, you wanted to, or you just want to, look at me and see me struggling learning how to play your favorite game, then just drop it in the comments below. So I could basically play it in the next video, and we'll dive right into it. So pressing play, and I guess it'll give us, no, it won't give us a tutorial, but I'll explain the gist of it in a bit. So basically, Balatro combines the rules of poker and a Souls-like game, which means you basically need to know both of these worlds to be able to play it, but it's kind of similar. So from the poker, the biggest issue would be learning all the combinations of cards, which, poker just consists of whose combination is higher on rankings, and that's basically it. People bid money, saying that my combination is way higher than yours, and the other guy does the same in return. So that's basically the gist of it. We'll go through all the combinations, I guess, in this game, but perhaps if something is missing, then we'll just talk about it virtually. And the other thing is, well, this game is also a roguelike, which means it consists of certain runs, and every single run is different, which means there is no end to this game, rather than you complete it over and over every single time trying to reach the end, which isn't actually the end, because if you reach the end of the game, it means that you unlocked something which makes your next run different, which makes it more exciting and allows you to play more of it. So yeah, well, give it a go. As we're playing, you already can see some info on the screen, which means, here would be the information of the blinds, which is kind of just stages of the game. Sometimes they have certain rules, sometimes they don't. Then we have score, which is basically showing us how much chips how much score we earned in this particular round. Then we have this screen, which we'll get back to later. Then we have some options menu, and we have the amount of hands, which means how many combination of cards we can play. It may vary, maybe in this particular round, maybe in a certain modifiers afterwards. And there is the amount of discards, which means sometimes we just don't have enough cards to play a certain combination, which is legal in poker, and we have to throw away certain cards just to get them to get other cards to play a proper hand, a proper combination. Then we have our money, which we'll talk about later, and maybe the most difficult for me to pronounce is this small picture which says ante. I guess I'm not a professional poker player, so I have no idea what's it called, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'll call it ante because it sounds fancy. And as you can see, there are 8 antes in one run. In one single run, consists of 8 antes. We can go further after we complete the game, but it's just like the end game kind of stuff, which is not obligatory, and you won't get a lot from doing that, and it's also hell of a difficult. But yeah, well, basically it's only 8 antes. And the rounds mean just basically rounds. One ante consists of 3 rounds. Again, you can see them on the screen: the first one, the second one, and the last one. So we only have 3 rounds per ante, and they consist of a small blind, big blind, and the boss, I would say. Usually it's the boss blind, as they call it, and it has a certain negative modifier, which makes our life even more difficult, more than it already is. And yeah, you see it discards 2 random cards per hand played. And you need a certain score in each of those rounds. You know, you need to get a certain score in order to proceed. Yep, I guess that's about it. We have 52 cards. Basically, we can enhance our deck, but yeah, we'll talk about it in the future. So let's dive into it. Again, enough. I guess it's already been a longer intro. It's been a longer intro than I wanted it to be, so we'll dive into it. Again, we get our hand. We get our 8 cards. Basically, by default, it's 8 cards that you have, and you need to play a certain hand, which is legal in poker. Right now, we have only actually a pair of cards. You see, if you select a certain combination, it shows you the name of its combination, its level, so you can increase those levels, and the amount of chips, and the modifier, I guess. What's it called? Forgot what's it called, but we'll learn the proper name for it further. So it means that if we play those 2 cards, by default, we get 10 times 2 points. But before that, we also have to consider that every single card gives a certain amount of chips. Well, then the number cards give basically the amount of chips according to the number, and the face cards, what they call, actually give us the 10 chips each. And the ace card, which is like the biggest card there is, gives 11 chips. Sometimes there can be certain modifiers to cards as well. We'll look into it further, but right now that's basically it. So just for the sake of an intro, let's play this pair and see how it works. We press play hand, gives us those 19 chips, and yeah, now we scored 56 chips. The goal being, of course, 300 under the 3 hands remaining. So we got 2 sevens, which is unfortunate because, well, a pair isn't a great combination, as you might guess, and we need to basically look for something more. Better than a pair is actually, well, 3 of a kind, which means 3 exact cards, 4 of a kind, which means, yeah, 4 of the same cards. Then there is a straight, which means that there are at least 5 cards that go in a certain succession. For instance, if we had king, queen, jack, then it would be 10 and a 9. And then all together, they give us like this, some kind of ladder, some kind of, succession. And we can go with all kinds of successions. It would be a straight. And another combination that we actually are looking forward to is a flash. Flash means that we have 5 cards with the same, what's it called? The same suit, yeah. So it's either diamonds, hearts, clubs, or spades. And we need to look for 5 of those. Those 2 can be actually combined and become a straight flush. But yeah, it's a different kind of story. It's a rare thing as well. So we have to, stumble upon it. So right now, I guess instead of playing another pair, which that's the only thing we have, let's dive into looking for... I would actually rather go for a flash of hearts. That is why I need to actually discard all other cards that there are and hope and actually pray for the god of randomness, a god of random, to actually give me at least 2 of those cards. Again, we actually have a small info on how many cards and of what suit and what number are left. We can actually, I guess, open it up. It will be useful in the future. Right now, it's just, it is what it is. But let's give it a go. And yeah, that's very unfortunate, but very unfortunate is actually the motto of this game. It's the main idea that you don't actually get what you're hoping for. So unfortunately, yeah, what we can actually rearrange the cards if it's way easier for us to look for flashes or for different suits, to look for how many cards of what particular suit we have. And yeah, well, there isn't much, so perhaps we can go for 2 pair, but there isn't 2 pair. If we had, for example, pair of 7s and pair of 3s, then maybe there would be a 2 pair, which is also great hand, so to speak. In my experience, it's one of the best hands there is in this game, but yeah, basically it's not a good thing right now. So let's give it another go. Again, maximum number of cards that you can discard is 5, so we can go any further than that. You see, just they are not selected, so we discard them as well and hope for, yeah, we get 1 more heart. But it's not, again, it's not the perfect amount. So there are 2 ways we can go from here. We can either look for another heart and hope for a flash, which just, you know, trust my experience, would be enough to complete the small blind. Or we can actually see there is a certain pattern to these cards, which means we can hope for a straight if we are given a 9 or a 4th, which is also highly unlikely. You know, the game mechanics, they are not as favorable to the player as you want them to. So typically I stick to my previous tactic, which is, you know, looking for another heart. You know, the amount of discards getting lower and lower. But yeah, luckily we get these flush. We select all 5 of hearts. Usually you go for the maximum amount, so you don't include these 3 because it's way less chips than if you get a king. And you see, flush level 1 gives us 35 times 4 chips, and if we play the hand, it actually collects, I remind you, it collects all the chips from these cards and adds them to this number. So let's go for that. Yeah, if this screen is burning, that means that in this single hand we gained enough points to meet the requirements. Not that enough that it sums with the score that we already have, but just enough points in one go from scratch, which is, well, basically a great result if you ask me. Then after each round you get cash. Well, not cash, you get money, digital money. There are certain amount of sources you can gain them from. Typically, the first and the most important one would be the blind. If you defeat the blind, you get a certain amount of dollars. So let's call them dollars, or gold. I would rather call them gold. Then, by default, you get interest on the amount of hands you have, and there would also be another line saying that you gain interest on the amount of money you preserved, but it's a different kind of topic. Let's move on. It's too much information, I guess, already, and we need to, yeah, let's skip the tutorial. It's not that interesting. And between the blinds, you get this shop. Well, typically a roguelike includes, you know, a shop between the stages, and here we can actually buy different cards. Oop. My cat violating my personal space. Yeah, so there are several types of cards, but the most important card right now is a joker. You see there is a big field right here, says 0 out of 5. It's a place where we collect our jokers. Jokers being the key element of this game, which actually usually give us certain modifiers. This Joker is the most basic one, and it just gives us +4 multiplier, which is this red element right here. But usually Jokers do wild kinds of stuff. It do things to our cards, to our hands, discards the amount of money, so all kinds of stuff. You'll see that's the juicy part of the game, the discovering all these Jokers and actually collecting them in your run. So right now, I guess, since I would like to preserve at least 5 gold to, you know, gain interest next round, I'll go for this simple joker right here. just buy it. And that's it for now. That's it for now. We'll move on, I guess. So again, the big blind. There is an option to skip blinds, but you know, I've never even done it before. I guess it's kind of steals the whole joy of the game. So I typically play all of them. Maybe it's not a great tactic, but well, I'm kind of enjoying that, so might as well be. So here, right off the bat, we can see a 2 pair, which, you know, that's I would say the most average hand you can get. Everything below considered to be, you know, kind of, yeah, underwhelming, and everything above is just, well, what we're looking for. But basically, yeah, 2 pair is well, will certainly be enough. So we'll go with that. You'll see it give us the amount of chips, plus after that we'll get +4 multiplier. So these red button, I don't know what to call it, will actually grow as well. So let's play the hand. I really like the sound design. I don't know if you can hear the sound effects of the game, but they're just, you know, they're adorable. They just so lo-fi and calming to me. So I really liked it. So yeah, we gained 276 points, which in the early game, and the first 2 antes I typically consider to be the early game, is quite okay. We would like to preserve the most amount of hands, the most number of hands we can, but remember that it only gives us 1 gold. It's not something that we ultimately striving for. What we're striving for in this game is actually building a deck plus a set of jokers that will carry us through the game, and actually through the ante number 8. That would be the most complicated. Usually number 6, 7, and 8. The boss blinds are the most complicated ones. So yeah, let's proceed playing. I guess that's enough information for today. Is an introductory part. There are lots of smaller details which I'll just, you know, omit due to, you know, not to overwhelm you with info. So right here I'm looking for a flush of clubs, and I get it. Here we have a flush. We play it. I hope it's enough, you know, with the amount of chips and joker modifier. Yeah, we actually got for 520 with this single hand. Again, flush being a greater hand is actually quite useful. Again, moving on. Again, we gain some interest because we had $5 saved in our bank account, which is also good, being building momentum. And yeah, that's my most my favorite. I would say that's my favorite card, which is called Uranus, but you know, for the sake of means, I'll call it Uranus. So let's go for Uranus and buy and use it as well. That's the most brilliant card in this game. And again, we have $10 left, which at least $10 left, which gives us 2 interest next round. Do we go for a voucher? Well, actually, this time I'll go, because next time I might not. So right here we are. Where we are? No, we're having the boss blind, which means next time there will be a different card here. And permanently gaining 1 hand per round, which means we'll just have 5 hands from now on, is a great thing to do, and I'll actually want to spend $10 on that. So here we are, losing all our interest, but you know, having 5 hands basically can carry us through almost the whole game. So moving on. Discards 2 random cards per hand played. Not the worst thing we can get, but definitely unpleasant. And I hope we won't see it, but it's certainly possible. So again, I'm a fan of flashes. Since we don't have any other modifiers, any other jokers, that would be great. Yeah, if we get this flash and 2 of those, yeah, 2 of those fade away in the darkness. Moving on. Don't get it on 1 hand, but yeah, just 100 more points doesn't sound terrible or complicated. What else we can get? I don't go for another heart flash because flash of hearts. Yeah, I guess flash of hearts. Because we don't have enough. We don't have as many hearts in our deck left, and we, as you see, we throw these cards away after we play them or discard them, so they do not magically reappear, and we need to be aware of this. So, I guess we'll do the same strategy, but with diamonds. Yep, sounds good. Here we are. We have another flush, which, yeah, should be good. And, yeah. So yeah, guys, that's, I guess, basically the idea of how I play those games. So, again, if you enjoy the content, if you want to, for some reason, want to see me play another game, a different game, then you can drop it down in the comments. I would appreciate that. Cash out, and yeah, what kind of jokers we have? Scoring a face card, not a big fan of. For each card, so also not a big fan of. That's actually a great card to look for, and right now we'll go for a pack of cards. Looking for a modified card. Sometimes there is, yeah, and you'll see both this and these cards are modified. Right now I'm not that keen on earning gold by preserving cards, so I'd rather go with the Ace of Spades. And since we have $5 left to build some more interest, let's go further. All diamonds cards are debuffed, so I typically look for the restrictions that we get the upcoming boss blind in advance, so you could prepare for that. Typically it's not a big deal right now. All diamonds cards are debuffed. Well, the only thing I need to consider is not enhancing my diamonds too much, because, well, we wouldn't be able to play them. So, but yeah, basically right now we only have one basic, the most basic joker there is. So yeah, let's play 3 of a kind, just to show that, you know, there is a 3 of a kind combination. Yep, getting a bit more than 1/4 of the pot of the score that we need to gain. So yeah, let's go for hearts. That would be great. Unfortunate. Let's go one more time. We could go for a, if we go for a 10, it may give us straight, but I'm not very keen on straights. Yep. Flush. Let's give it a go. For some reason, it's more pleasant to get flushes rather than straights. I don't know why. It just feels different. Again, we got through the small blind, which is perfectly fine, and we are moving on. This 1 interest, give me that 1 interest, great. Now I have 12 gold to spend. Do we need 1 more discard this round? I don't think so. I don't want to waste $10 on that. It's way too expensive for what it does. I rarely use discards, and if I do it like 1 or 2. And sometimes if you ran out of discards, you can just play a worse hand. You know, it also to some extent discards your cards, but just by playing them. So it's also a great thing. Reduced by error, no. If you can train the straight, I'm not looking for straights, so also not a thing. I'll just skip it, actually. Gain 2 more gold next time as an interest, and let's go for the big blind. But yeah, basically the early game is about to end after the next boss blind, so we need to, you know, start building up our deck, at least either the deck of cards or the deck of jokers. And right now, yep, we typically go for a flash. Not very overwhelming, I would say, but right now it's just a thing to do, since there's not a lot of variety in the early game. You just need to go through it, hoping that you get good jokers along the way. Again, nothing too exciting. I would rather save the Ace of Spades, but right now it has no connection whatsoever to any of the other cards. So let's just skip those to discard those to hope for a flush. Let's go for those 2. And I guess 1 more time, since, you know, if you lose all your discards, it's not a biggie. But if you lose all your hands, well, first of all, the game is over, and second of all, it gives you less amount of money if you if the game isn't over. So let's hope for that. And yeah, well, that's unfortunate. Well, right now, what we can do is actually either go for a pair, which wouldn't be the worst thing to do since we have 4 hands, and it also gives us 30 extra chips as being a bonus card. And well, the other thing, we can still look for a flash, but this time just playing all those 4 cards. You can actually play any amount of cards you want, not more than 5. You can even play 1 single card, but you know, it's not a good thing to do, since you know you just don't get a lot of points for that, and well, that would be unfortunate. So I'll actually give it a go with a pair of aces. Let's see. Well, you saw almost 400 points, which, you know, for a pair, it's a great result. And yeah, here we have this flush, which would hopefully deliver us to our goal, and we'll proceed to playing the boss blind. Yeah, the music is just brilliant. Yep, 2 remaining hands, 1 gold per $5, which gives us 2 more gold in total, and now we have 20 bucks. Yeah, since it's a fresh game, there are lots of jokers that are not discovered, so we don't know what they are called, but this one is actually a great one. I guess I'll go for this joker, which gives us +2 chips for every remaining card in our deck, which is basically a great thing to do, especially in the early part of your round. Like your first 2 hands would gain a huge bonus from that, but even the last hand typically gains at least something, which is good. Yeah, the joking gates +3 mullet when any booster pack is skipped, and which means you buy booster packs from here, but you don't actually gain anything from that. I actually like to go for a spectral card. They usually trash, don't get me wrong. They're supposed to be these overpowered, extra buffed cards, but typically you don't use them, you just skip them. Destroy 1 random card in your hand and get 2. Well, this one is good. That's foil, holographic, or polychrome effects, which is also good. Okay, forget what I'm saying. Forget what I was saying. To a random joker, to all our jokers. That's not as good as the other 2, since you know one of your jokers, and sometimes all other jokers, meaning 4 or even 5 jokers that you've collected, that you've through sweat and tears, you've gained your way to those jokers that just get destroyed. It's not a great thing, and converts all cards in hand to a single random rank, meaning a certain number or a face, and -1 hand size, which means you typically have 8 cards, and from now on you'll get 7 cards at the beginning of the round. Well, right now isn't the perfect time for that, so we don't go for that. But I guess those 2 enhanced aces, or yeah, we'll take 2 enhanced aces. Let's hope for, yeah, king isn't bad, and since it was, I guess, a king of hearts, and we'll get an ace of hearts, which is typically you want to keep the balance between suits. If you don't, if your style isn't inclined to a certain particular suit, then it's a great thing to preserve the balance. Good. Oh, we can choose 1 more, then I guess we'll add a foil or holographic or polychrome to 1 selected card, and this would be, I guess, we don't have this. I thought it was the ace of spades. I guess this ace of we don't want to use the ace of diamonds, since the next well, what's it called? The next boss blind actually disables all the diamonds. Do we go for with steel cards? You want to preserve them in your hand, so it's not a great thing when you play them. But well, it's an ace of hearts, so let's go for that. Again, this first game is just a demo. Yeah, this first game is just a demo, so... yep, moving on. All diamonds cards are debuffed, which means they're not working. You can still use them, but they do not work properly. So you don't get any chips or any effects. You can make combos with them, but they don't give you enough stuff to, you know. They don't give you anything else. So what do we have here? 2 aces, and that's basically it. So first of all, I will discard those 2 diamonds since they just taking useful space, and from that, I guess we'll try to actually go for a spade flush. Yep, let's give it a go. Again, I'm not too keen on winning this game since, well, it's an introductory game, and perhaps this will be the last game on this channel, which I seriously doubt, but still not very keen on showing you the skills I got in this game, which just I don't think I have any skills whatsoever in this game, but just a certain amount of logic. Okay, let's discard those as well, and that would be the last time we actually got our spade flush. And you see right now we're getting chips for all those cards, then we get our multiplier from this, and then we gain 72 chips basing off this 36 cards that we were left at the point. And well, which gives us almost 1200, which, you know, a great thing in a boss blind game. Let's go for 2 pairs just to show you that this card can be played. And you remember, yeah, this card is actually debuffed, and that's a great thing. We on the one hand, it's a great thing we didn't enhance it to be a polygraphic hollow or whatever, but on the other hand, it wouldn't, it's not a big difference, you know. We would still go through it. Okay, moving on. Let's rearrange my picture a bit, and moving on. Ante number 3, which I consider to be the beginning of the middle game, which, you know, tarot. I'm not sure how to pronounce them correctly, so I'll call them tarot, which just sounds fancy, you know, tarot. Well, the T is silent, obviously, it's a French word, I guess, but tarot cards appear 2 times more frequently in the shop, which we don't actually care right now. Nah, those 2 are trash from my point of view. Let's go for one more spectral card just to show you. Perhaps there's some more cards to show in this game. Yeah, we have just 2. Converts all cards in a hand to a single random suit, which, if we go for flushes, is a great thing. But right now we don't go for flushes that much, since you know, there are no jokers that help us building flashes or gaining more points off of flashes. So what's the other one? Add a purple seal. Add a purple seal to one selected card in your hand, which, yeah, well, I guess we'll go for that. I typically go for the lowest card possible, since usually you go for scoring higher cards and the smaller cards usually get discarded. So let's give it a go. Now it receives a purple seal, which every time we discard this card, we gain a tarot card. By the way, feel free to correct my pronunciation for those certain words, and ante and tarot, I'm not sure. I've never heard people pronounce those words in my life, so that's it. Moving on, yeah. All hard cards are debuffed, which, yeah, we don't go for hards that badly, so it's not a biggie. What else? We actually have... Right now we actually have a straight, and let's play straight just for the channel. If we had a 9 of hearts, it would be a straight flush, but unfortunately we can still go for that and discard some cards, but, you know, I'm not really keen on that. It would give us royal flush and the modifier, oh, not royal flush, I'm sorry, it would give us a straight flush, and the modifier and the amount of chips would be different, but yeah, again, I'm not keen on doing it right now, so let's go with a straight. Give us a nice amount of points. For malt, 92 additional points for that, and yeah, we get more than half off of it. So let's go with 2 pair. I guess it's still a great thing to do right now. Again, since we went for Uranus, we got level 2 of 2 pair, which improved, which made the amount of chips in the multiplier bigger. Improved this particular hand. So that's how you typically lean towards a certain playstyle, a certain hand, which typically aligns with the jokers, a certain set of jokers you got. Well, both of those cards are good. I've never seen this one. +8 malt if it can. +8 malt if played hand contains a pair, which is typically great if you play a pair of 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, if you play 2 pair, but it's not good if you play flushes or straights, because those do not contain the same card twice, the same, the same number twice, or the same face. But it gives us +1 joker slot, which means it's basically free, so it doesn't take a slot, because it provides one. So I would certainly go for that, because it's a free joker, so to speak. And this one is also good, and it makes it gives us +30 chips for each remaining discard, which means, well, right now it would be great to have 1 more discard to gain more chips, but it's still a great card if you don't discard anything. So let's go for that. We have 7. Yeah, let's stick to that. Big blind. Again, we have 2 pair. Again, since we buffed our 2 pair hand, it's a great thing to that we have 2 pair right now. Yeah. Well, yeah. You see, we're on fire, which means these 2 pair is actually enough to get us through this blind. Yeah, this game is all about this strategies and, of course, a certain amount of luck. Because if you're unlucky enough to get good jokers or good cards or good vouchers, so to speak, then no matter how hard you try, it's almost impossible. Oh, and especially if you get certain boss blinds that are just enormously difficult to win, because sometimes even with a great set of jokers, just with a great deck, you just don't do it that well. So a certain amount of luck to this game as well. I'm good, so I feel okay to spend not more than $6 right now. Not a great thing. Let's go for Arcana pack. Oh, we unlocked a certain deck. Again, there is progression after each round, so every next run is supposed to be different, supposed to bring something new, especially if you play good or if you play a lot. Again, what do we have here? 1 gold card, 2 malt cards, 3 spades. Not keen on 3 spades. Let's modify, I guess, those 2, giving us a smooth distribution of bonus cards among all of the suits. And yeah, that's it. Let's move on. All HUDs are debuffed. Oh, actually, right now we can showcase one more hand, one more combination that I haven't shown you, which is a full house. Full house is a combination of a 3 of a kind and a 2, which means a pair. In a full house, all 5 cards are engaged in being either a pair or a 3 of a kind, which means 3 of the same card. And right now, although the Jack of Hearts is actually debuffed, we can still play this hand. Let's look at it. Yeah, as you see, is a Jack of Hearts, unfortunately debuffed, but still it gives us a great amount of chips, and it makes us go through this pass blind in one singular hand. When lock even 2 jokers, that's great. Yeah, untap an achievement. Yeah, this game also has achievements, so I didn't look into them. So but it's still, there's certainly a lot of progression for those of you who want to, you know, set certain goals and reach them. This voucher gives us one more hand, which means right now we'll get 9 cards in total at the beginning of every round, which is a great thing to have, don't get me wrong. And I guess that's it as far as our purchases are concerned, so let's move on. All clubs cards are debuffed. I guess it's in it's the first game, the first run I play in this version of the app, so it's a PC version. So that's why the game is actually quite, you know, pitiful and doesn't give me those advanced type of boss blinds, which, you know, yeah, just a pain in the ass. We have a straight. Yeah, I guess we'll go with this. We don't have a straight, I'm sorry. Yeah, sometimes it's just, you know, it's tricky to see them. There is no 7, which would be ideal, 7 or a queen. We'd go for, so right now we can actually go for a flush again. That's my most common strategy in this game, is just to go for a flush. And right now, okay, and again, having those jokers, they actually help us a lot with the amount of chips we get to each hand. And yeah, of course there are more modifiers that we haven't discussed, but there's still, they kind of lean into the whole gameplay very naturally, you know, so it's kind of easy to learn and easy to play. And yeah, I like those kinds of games when you feel great doing basically not much. Yeah, let's go for another flush. I don't see anything better than that right now. There's also a way to speed up the game. So there is a setting you can toggle, which allows you to, you know, run these animations of those modifiers and chips and your cards being played a bit faster. Which, yeah, this right now we're having, it's by default, it's kind of slow for those of you who have seen the game and have already played. But yeah, in the beginning it's perfectly fine. It's slow enough for you to comprehend what each card basically does. So that's to roll cards, which is my favorite. Just doubles our money right off the bat. Let's use it, and we have 34 bucks right off the bat. That's great. That's perfect. It's actually free money, at least at least somewhere free money do exist. What do we go for? Played cards with hard suit. Played cards with hard suit give +3 miles when scored. Great cards. I don't know if we're looking for it right now, but we can grab it as well. Why not? And since the limit of interest we can gain from our bank is 25 bucks, which means it's 5 times 5, those $5 savings, we can spend everything above that. Any surplus that we have above 25 bucks, we can spend with an open heart. I don't know what kind of phrase I wanted to say, but let's still move on. So, +3 discarded club card. Suit changes every round. I'm not a big fan of that card. And yeah, +10 mode if played contains a flush. Well, yep. Give me that. And we'll move on. So this one, yeah, a pair. We need to consider. Yeah, this one's actually brilliant. We have 3 of a kind, and we have actually another pair, which gives us a full house in total. Those 2 cards giving us additional bonuses, and you know, we should be good just by playing this hand. I don't know if it'll carry us through this big blind, but we can still earn quite a lot. Yeah, almost. You see, almost 7,000, which which is great. Let's look for. Yeah, we'll have a straight. I don't remember if we have any bonuses for straights, but yeah, we need basically like less than 600 to finish the blind, so I guess it's enough. Basically, the idea I'm having about this channel is, you know, since I don't think there would be plenty of different games I play here, there would be more time between those gameplay peculiarities, so to speak, between the moments that actually stand out, that we can actually discuss something. I typically like to talk about certain stuff, and I hope it's pleasant to listen to. At least, you know, entertaining. And if you have a difficult day, then, you know, to sit in the evening and have this, I don't know, under an hour of time just to listen to me rumble about stuff is actually great sometimes. Let's look for what we buy here, and then I'll proceed with my with my rumble forward. Joker, no, we actually have full set of jokers, which I don't think we're looking for something in particular. Yeah, we can actually buy 12. Yeah, we can actually buy both these packs, which will leave us in with 24 bucks, which is great. Again, we go for either Jupiter or Uranus. I guess we'll go for Jupiter this time, which buffs our flashes. And we also go for this Arcana pack. And yeah, actually, I'm quite what to call it? Let's go for lucky cards. What's the right word in English? I got my inspiration from the channel of Captain Balmy, of a German dude named Philipp Baumgart, who streamed Dota for I don't know how many years. And actually, yeah, I really liked, you know, just watching him play, you know, with this cozy little lo-fi atmosphere and him rambling about stuff. So that's the inspiration point for me, so to speak. So that would be perfect if this channel somehow grows up into something like this. But again, I don't have my hopes up that high. So that's also... Actually, we can, you know, discard these two with these 3 of spades, which gives us a free tarot card. And I guess this 6 would also go away. Yep. Fool gives us... right now, just duplicates our previous play tarot cards, which is the Magician. Yeah, I'll go for that. Let's use those 2 7s. Use them on that. Use them on those. Yep. And we go for a full house with this 777s. Hopefully it'll give us enough. Yep. What do we have here? We have a flush of diamonds. Actually, if you guys know what's the correct saying, is it a flush of diamonds or is it a diamond flush? I guess it's a diamond flush, but flush of diamonds also sounds kind of fancy, you know. So. Cash out. Yeah, here we can update a straight flush, which we haven't gotten yet, but I don't think we'll get it. It's such a rare hand that you don't typically get it. A voucher that does nothing. Also, I don't know what for. Maybe it's just for an achievement or for the sake of memes, but yeah, we'll get destroys. Now we don't want to destroy any cards we have. We're perfectly fine with the amount that we have right now. I guess we'll go for Saturn since it's buffs, since it buffs up our straights. And well, let's reroll these. Oh yeah, we got a Uranus. Uranus is also great. It's always great to have a Uranus, you know. Enhances 1 second to be a gold card. No, I'd rather save our limit. Cards drawn face down after each hand played. So yeah, it means that you don't see the cards you get after I guess the first hand that you play, which is unfortunate. I don't remember the exact terms of it. We'll look into it as we get to it, but it's not the worst thing that we could have. Right here. I would rather actually discard this card to get a Tarot, which I guess has more chance for us to win something. And we can actually discard all those, hoping that we get a 10 to get a straight. Do we get something for a straights? No, we need flush. Okay, changing tactics. If we discard this card, what we still have three spades. You know what? Actually, we'll save up those spades and hope for a. Yeah, well, this is actually brilliant. We discard those 3, getting ourselves a death, and we still have the amount of cards to have a spade flush. Mm-hmm. 4,500. Yeah, nearly not enough, but we have 4 more hands. Again, the amount of hands, the number of hands we have is actually. Select 2 cards, convert them. Converts the left into the right. So if we have something on the right, we can convert them to the left. Right now, I'm not really feeling like doing that. So let's look for something else. Again, we have a nice pair. We have 3 hearts. We have 3 clubs. Nothing in particular, but I would go for hearts there, preserving those 2 aces. Let's hope we get something. Did we get anything? Yeah, we actually have a full house right now. Not the hot flash I was hoping for, but still, great thing to have. Yep. Yeah, right now I'm thinking that if I ever play more games for these videos, if I play more Balatro games for this video, then I'll certainly speed them up because, you know, right now just feels a bit too slow for me. You know, my psyche doesn't really align with this speed. It feels a bit too slow. I'm too anxious, you know. Today everyone has anxiety, so. What are we looking for here? So we would have an 8. That would be great. We'd have a full amount of straights from queen to 5s. But I'd rather actually. Do we have enough spades here? Oh, we actually only have 3 more spades, which is unfortunate since we don't get these. We don't get this flush. So let's go for. What else do we have? We are left with 7 hearts and 7 diamonds. Let's go for diamond flush. You know, I want to pour salt into my wounds, you know, discarding those 2 spades, but yeah, actually, let's hope for an 8. Nah. I don't know, this actually the decision making in this game, which again we have 3 more hands, we're perfectly fine. We'll get those you know, under 3,000 chips in those 3 hands, but still it's these small decisions that you made that actually end up mattering in the end. So yeah, not too keen on the spades. We have a lot of different jokers. We could preserve one of those, but yeah, that's unfortunate. Let's go for this flush. again, as I said, perhaps you've seen there is a high card, which you can play a single card, which, you know, is counted as a high card, which you can also upgrade and, you know, build your whole run around, you know, playing only one card, which sounds ridiculous, but who knows? Well, yeah. I haven't seen any content on Balatro on the internet, so on YouTube. Perhaps there is the meta is so advanced right now that I'm just, you know, that's what I'm doing as a child play. But still, I enjoy this type of play style. Just very soothing, you know, very calm. And yeah, right now it's just, I guess that's what the world needs. Just, you know, to take a deep breath and breathe out. So how many points are we getting? Yeah, we're getting just enough points. Well, not actually just enough. We get quite enough points to go on. And we are on ante 5, which means it's the second half of the game. And yeah, we are closer to the end. We are closer to the end rather than to the beginning. And we have a holographic Joker, which is a great thing. It gives us 10 mult plus some chips. A flush, heart, discard, spare. I guess we'll substitute it for this Joker because it only gives us plus 4 mult, and this one gives us plus 10, plus it can also give us up to, well, what's it, 155 bonus chips. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, we'll sell this one, and we'll get this one. We have 29 bucks for of a kind, not real keen on. Planet or a tarot. Let's go for a planet. Flush, yeah, we'll... misclicked. I wanted to... Yeah, I'm so used to playing it on iPad, which, you know, is a touch screen involved. So playing with a mouse is kind of unusual for me. So I may make this kind of silly mistakes. Let's move on. I don't think it's a big of an issue. It's that big of an issue. So, well, nah. We have a... Do we have a 5, 4, 3, 2? Well, actually, yeah. Straights. Well, this kind of straights can be used with an ace. You know, so you know the ace plays both at the top of the deck and at the bottom of the deck, so you can basically do that. And right now, yeah, we're just playing the hand. The biggest advantage of such videos, I guess, is you can, you know, play them at the speed, you know, times 2, times 1.5, and it's still good content to listen to. Yeah, if there is anything with the audio quality or video quality, feel free to, you know, be toxic in the comments, and, you know, I'm pretty open to any feedback you may give. Right now, what we're feeling like, well, I guess we go for a diamond flush. Yep. We got it. Again, next time, since, you know, I'm planning on recording these videos far in advance, which means if you guys have already left a comment with the game suggestion, I've still already recorded 1 or perhaps 2 videos, which means I already have a set of planned games, you know, to fill up the void that there might be in case there is any suggestions or that they come a bit too late. Yeah, actually, I've just realized I'm subconsciously played 5 cards for a 2 pair, which, you know, you can also do this. And the last card that you give, that you play isn't, well, you play it in terms of you get rid of it, but it doesn't add anything to your score, which also a fancy way to get rid of a card if there is a empty space in the hand you play. Yeah, what else do we have? Gives it also amount of jokers, also free money, as I say. It's the lesser free money card than the previous one, which was the Hermit. We still, yeah, we have quite enough gold actually. Let's spend it. Uranus, of course. Always go for Uranus. And it's a rogue card. 1 out of 5. No Hermit. High Priestess. I'm sorry. Up to 2 planets. Yeah, again, free money. Destroys, increases the rank. Let's use free money for now. I don't kind of feel like any of those cards. Let's let's re-roll. Yeah. Language is difficult today. Speaking is difficult today. So, 2 lucky cards. Yeah, we'll go for that. Interests. I'm not really keen on that. Double. It sells better with a small. Well, it's a great thing to have, but yeah, right now, not really. Let's just move on. Yeah, let's see what this has in store. So, ideally, with this kind of boss blind, you just, you know, somehow try to win it with one single hand. But if not, then you'll be in trouble, if I'm not mistaken again. So let's use what we have here, and hence these 2 cards. First of all, are we feeling particularly keen on playing anything that we have right here? Because it would be perfect to play what we have, but again, nothing. As you can see, there is only a pair, but it won't be enough for us to get to 22,000, which, you know, the score gets bigger and bigger. It's getting bigger and bigger, and we need to follow it up with a specific play style. And right now, it doesn't look good. So it means that we need to discard something. Oh, we can actually convert cards. I don't really feel like doing it, so you know. But still, I guess it's on the table. Left card into the right card. We can actually get 1 more 5 and 1 more 2. Then have a full house, and 2 of them would be lucky cards. But again, I guess we'd rather go for a flush, which means we need 2 more hearts. And again, converting cards means they're gone for good, so they are converted to this particular number or a suit for the end of this run, which again brings this balance to your deck, which isn't great, which isn't perfect, but sometimes there's a thing required for you to do. So let's do exactly that. So, I'm sorry, yeah. I'm wrong here. I'm in the wrong here. So you can only change 1 card, which would not be enough. But I guess we can still play 2 pair. Let's go for that. Again, I'm not really keen on winning this game if it goes wrong. Again, with this boss blind, it's not that it's difficult. It's just unpleasant. You know, it's not the coolest feeling you get when half of your cards, or maybe all of your cards, are just face down. You don't know what those cards are. You can somehow deduce it from, you know, sorting these hands by rank or by suit, but it's still not ideal. So let's play those 2 again. Let's hope for a great result. Plus, yeah, we've gathered certain jokers which help us building up score, but yeah, it's only a half. And yeah, as you see, we get 4 cards face down. Again, if we arrange them by the suit, so those two either clubs or diamonds, let's look at them. Since it's 5, from 6 to 2, both of them can be 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6s. And, well, this one is certainly... Well, unless there are the exactly same card, which is highly unlikely. They are clubs. Sorry, they are clubs. This one is likely to be... Let's select it for us to deduce. So it goes there. Oh. Yeah, well, I have no idea. And actually too tired to, you know, try to guess which one is which. So we'll actually try to discard the maximum amount of cards and get... So we're still leaving the 7 of clubs to collect as much cards here as we can, so we could get more diamonds, I guess. Are we good with diamonds? Yeah, 12 diamonds or 12 spades. Right now, diamonds seems the way to go. So that means that those 4 actually go in, and I guess this one as well. Again, if I'm making mistakes, guys, cards drawn face down after each hand. Yeah, okay, yeah. You know, reading, as I always preach in my life, reading is a very essential skill. If you don't read stuff properly, it means that you'll fail on communicating. And right now, what I did is actually made a mistake by not reading the phrase properly, which means after each hand played. So if you discard cards, it means that you still get cards face up, which is great. So yeah, right now we're still looking for, I guess it's an ace of diamonds. Let's hope it's that. Not really sure. So, okay, what else can it be? So it's either 4, 3, 2 of clubs or an ace of diamonds. And if we rearrange it by rank, it's higher than a king, which, yeah, automatically means it's an ace of diamonds. So we go for this, and voila. Yeah, that's the card that we were looking for upgrading back then, in the, I guess, the second ante, but we didn't. And again, it's an example of how it could be good for you to just upgrade stuff, thinking more about the late game rather than the issue at hand. One more thing, I guess we'll discard those. Again, I'm not really keen on deducing stuff. Let's rearrange them by rank. And yeah, we have a full house. And I hope it's enough for us to proceed. Well, it certainly is enough, but yeah. Yep. Yep. What do we have here? So, those two are just trash. This voucher, I've never used it. It gives us -1 ante, which I guess it prolongs the game for some reason. Again, I do believe there are certain possibilities in this game when you actually benefit from, you know, playing longer, since you've built up more momentum, because some of the jokers can actually, you know, gain more and more bonuses as you play. Right now we don't have any, unfortunately, but you know, there are certainly those jokers in the game. And yeah, but I've never actually gone for that. I don't know, it feels, and again, it takes 1 hand each round away, which means just instead of 5 hands, you'll get 4 hands each time. And yeah, it doesn't feel right. Again, in roguelikes, it's usually rogue-lites, actually, yeah, correct me if I'm wrong on this matter as well, usually you don't go for debuffs, especially if they are not obviously good. In this hand, it's just, well, it seems obviously bad, to be honest. So, let's spend some money. Let's spend some cash. I guess we'll go for those two. Feels right. Again, Jupiter. Jupiter is the way to go. And what's the other one? The other one is Tarot. Yeah, an Arcana pack. Death, no. Again, even Death feels kind of underwhelming, since it feels like a buff with a simultaneous debuff as well. So you kind of, you know, it requires a certain necessity, I would say. So you actually, sometimes you need this card, but sometimes you benefit from not having this card. So, and I like that this game has such things as well. Random or lucky? Oh, let's go for random. Again, this game is actually all about random. Steel card and 3 hearts. We'll leave it, but again, I'm not keen on converting cards into a certain suit because it's permanent and, well, it affects your playstyle as well. Yeah, we actually have a Lusty Joker, which provides us with certain benefits, having more hearts, but right now, actually not keen on it. Let's reroll, yeah. There's 2 uncommon draw spades. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. No repeat hand types this round, which means you can't play 2 flushes or 2 straights or two pairs. Just you need every single. Well, no repeat hand types. Yeah, well, yeah, that it is what it is. Yeah, I'm just over-explaining sometimes. Well, I guess I explain stuff to myself as well, just to be sure. But again, reading is important. If you know there is something you may get from this video, it's actually that reading is hell of important. What do we have here? We have what is called a flush draw in poker. Again, I'm not a professional poker player, but if you're aiming at having a flush and you're waiting for cards to appear in a common poker game, and you have like 2, 3, or 4 cards of the same suit, it means you have a flush draw. It means you're expecting or hoping or maybe praying or gambling to have a flush in the end. So right now we have a flush draw, let's call it that, and we'll discard all the cards that, well, I guess now we'll leave these Ace of Spades. It doesn't feel right to discard. First of all, to discard aces doesn't feel right. Yeah, I don't know if you can agree with me upon that, but yeah, it doesn't feel particularly right, and yeah, to buff it up, it actually an enhanced card too. So yeah, we don't have for. Yeah, I guess we'll give this one a go. Again, we have, yeah, luckily. Again, we could have converted certain cards to hearts. We could actually. What do we have here? I always forget about those tarots if they exist somewhere in the different place and different dimension. Yeah. So steel card. Steel card is a card that you typically want to have in your hand, but not play or discard. Which, yeah, another X factor, so to speak. Right now let's make this 9, I guess. Do we? Yeah, well, actually, just to showcase how it works. So what it does, it actually gives us it multiplies our multiply, if it makes sense. So this multiply gets multiplied. Usually you get +8 multiplier, +3, +10, +10 from this holographic, and what the steel card does, it multiplies it, not adds a certain number. But unfortunately, what it does it before all the jokers, which means this multiply isn't actually that high, and so which results in not that great of multiplication, especially if your hand is not upgraded with the planet cards, it means that, well, basically it's just a waste of your card space, so to speak. Right now we have 8 multiplier, which means it'll give us times 1.5, which would be 12. Isn't divinely great, but still, yeah, something, and we'll certainly have it. Yeah, luckily we get malt from this Joker, which it is great that it gives us malts when we, so to speak, examine cards, which made this steel card multiply a higher number, which is great. You know, I guess you could count the amount of times I said great in this game, but it's actually quite useful. So a steel card as well. Yeah, let's go for that. Yeah, we have planets. Yeah, we'll go for that. And small blind, big blind, a selected game, and destroy random joker. I'm not that fond of destroying jokers, and right now we have a good set of them to proceed. So let's just open the packs and move on. Neptune, no. Saturn, don't have anything. It would be great to have either a Uranus or a Jupiter, but neither of them are here, so I guess we'll go for... Typically I go for a straight flush, but you know, it's such a ghost of a combination that, yeah, do we go for a straight? Yeah, we'll go for a straight. Let's be real and let's be honest. We don't get a straight flush in this game. It's being the first game that we have to. Oh, we have a second card. You know, paying attention is the second key element of, you know, living a great life. So, highly recommend you to read stuff and to pay attention, which are not the easiest tasks when we think of, yeah, going for Jupiter or Uranus. You know, in this case, it would be great to have a stream for you guys to, you know, jump up and pick it for me, because, well, it's just 50-50 for me. Perhaps that we have this plus 10 if we have a flush. Let's go for Jupiter. Jupiter being a bigger planet. By the way, perhaps you may have already seen that there is a Pluto being regarded as a planet, which is also a funny thing, you know, just to think about. And again, I'm not an astrophysicist or anything along the lines of that, but, you know, including Pluto into the planets and then, you know, just firing Pluto feels a bit cruel, you know. We'll go for a flush here. I don't know, 2 pairs seems unnecessary. What do we have here? Steel card. Let's use this 6 of... Yep, sorry. Let's use this 6 of spades as a steel card. And go on. Yep. Another thing is sometimes we just misclick and instead of flush have just a set of cards with just a high card, which means there is no combination whatsoever, and yeah, it's very frustrating. But it doesn't happen very often, so that's that. Ace, King, 10, 6, 4, another flush. Again, I hope as well showcase one of my... I guess I have several favorite jokers in this game, which, you know, they typically amass bonuses as you play, which means they just grow up the further you are into the game. There are certain requirements you need to meet in order to upgrade them each. Sometimes even each hand, but usually typically each round. And yeah, they are my favorite kind of jokers. Right now, no, I'm not really keen on that. Steel card, yep. Another steel card. Some planets. Earth. Yeah, hi Pluto. Not today. Again, you can upgrade high cards as you see, but yeah, I've never gone for it. 3 of a kind, full house. Yeah, let's upgrade full house. I don't think we'll have a lot of full houses in this final part of the game, which actually we are closer to the end game right now. Again, we have our deck, we have a set of jokers, to be clear, to be more precise. Where deck is still building up, but again, there's no limit to building up your deck as far as I know. So that's that. No repeat hand types this round. Again, not a big deal. We have several types of hands we can play. Right now, I would actually go for anything, to be honest. It's just, I guess I hope we have a spade. Yep, we have a spade, even 2 spades, one of them being a steel card, which means we'll leave this steel card to give us more multiplier. And yep. But that means that's the only flash we play this game. At least as far as I understand this rule. So here we are. Again, Jack, nah, 7, 5, no, but it's actually quite bad. Well, we have 2 6s. We can't play a flush, so those 4 and 2 could go. Those are buffed cards. I guess this one can go as well. So we have enough discards in hands to play around with. Yeah, so you remember I've said we don't play a lot of full houses in this game, in the rest of this game, so never mind. We actually play. So do we play full house? Or do we play 2 pair? Again, a small decision which you have to make in this game. Both of these are fine. It's just if it's a crucial decision you need to make, then typically you have to do some calculus, some math. But right now, again, I don't care. So let's leave this 6 and play 2 pair. Well, right now that I've done it, I immediately regret it, and I feel like 2 pair is more common than a full house, so it's better that I play full house. And actually, we haven't reached even half of our part, so we need to actually pay more attention to be able to win, again, if we want to win. Sorry, I'm a bit ill. Again, we've already played 2 pair. Let's check. Can we play 2 pair? No, hand will not score. No repeat hand types this round. So yeah, we can't play 2 pair. Which means we play a straight. Yep, we have a multiplier. Let's 3 hearts. Again, it's useless. And calculating. Yeah, we'll have 2 hands to get less than 7,000, which is doable, but hell of a difficult. So we had 2 pair, we had flush, we had straight. What was the last one? Yeah, I don't remember. Guys, I don't remember. Perhaps there is a mechanism that shows what hands you play. Run info. Yeah, straight. Wow. Oh, we actually got a straight flush. Never mind. Yeah, guys. So difficult to pay attention to this game. Well, it means, actually... So did we... No. So it's not a story that we have. It's just the amount of... The amount of times that we played it. Yeah, I thought the previous hand was straight flush. Again, I'm still learning a lot about this game. And... Well, even if there is a story, okay, let's proceed. Don't waste too much time on that. Again, we had 2 pair. We can go for 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, for a full house. We actually have 2 2s and 2 9s, which means that if we get another 2 9, we can play a full house. We got it, and we can play it right now. Again, the engine of the game sometimes kind of helps you out. It doesn't give you immediately what you want, but after 1 or 2 discards, it usually, well, gives you. So perhaps it calculates what you're looking for exactly. I'm not sure, but it feels like it's the cards that you are given initially. They, they imply the certain combinations that you may come up with, and the engine understands what kind of combinations you're looking for, and helps you out, but not immediately. This Joker gives us plus 20 mult, but deduces 4 mult per round played, which again we have enough multiplier. I guess we'll just go for packs. So this one gives reroll with pass blind. Perhaps later. Right now I'm not. I don't feel like it. Glass card. Glass card means it may be destroyed. Let's go for a stone card. Stone card, it's like, it's an empty card. It's a decoy, so to speak. But it's useful when you play, when your hand that you want to play actually doesn't require you to play all 5 cards. When it's 4 of a kind, or 2 pair, or 3 of a kind. Sometimes you can add this little stone card to, to get even more points. Okay, and we'll certainly get this one. We certainly reroll moon clubs. Let's go. First hand is drawn face down, which basically steals 1.5 hand from you, because on the first hand you just discard completely, and then you're left with 4, 3, or perhaps 5 cards, which you can either play around, deduce, realize or count which cards those might be, or you just discard them next time as well. So yeah, but right now we're just playing small blind. Do we have a flush? No, we don't. We have 2 pair, but I would like to preserve the still card, so it's not an option. We have a flush draw for spades, so we have like 4. So I would go this. Do we preserve this one? Again, we're already saving this card, and it's, well, statistically speaking, not a good thing to save a lot of cards, more than 1. The more cards you save, the less chances you have to get the cards you want. So let's get rid of this King of Hearts. And we don't get it. Now we have a club flush draw as well. Again, just the chances. Yeah, the spades are more likely to pop up, so we just discard those. Yeah, now we have it, and we have quite a lot of other stuff. Let's play it. Yeah, we have hearts here. Let's not forget about that. I always forget about those cards here. A third of the pot, kind of decent. What do I have here? We have a full house, which, yeah, not the first thing I would go for. We have, well, basically that's it. So we either go for 2 pair or a full house. If we go for a full house, let's compare. You see, if you go for 2 pair level 4, they give you more chips and more multiplier than a full house level 2. So level 2. Full house being a better hand in general doesn't always mean that it's better to go for it. So sometimes when you upgrade certain hand, even though it's a lesser hand, it's still way better to play it rather than playing something else. So yeah, let's play. Again, if we had a stone card, would be great. Then we would have the 5th card being a stone card and would add some additional chips to our score. Now I realized that, previously I've just, played this game on my own and didn't talk. And I was quite more focused. Again, I don't want to sound pathetic, looking for excuses why I perhaps don't play at the maximum capacity. But yeah, I just noticed that and want you guys to know that as well. So we'll go for a flush here. we have anything better? No, I don't think so. And I like how this game has these empty space for people, you know, to put their faces on. Yeah. We got it. Yeah, baby, we got it. Okay. So we're quite close to the end of the game. I didn't expect this game to be that long. Again, with all the introducing and explaining and all kinds of stuff, and my rumbling again, it's just... It's way... I'm not very keen to. So, nah. Do I... Well, if I have some surplus... If I have some surplus, then I'll go for this card. But, yeah, we need 35. Yeah, we're good. We can do them all. What do I have here? Oh, Wheel of Fortune. Actually, one of my favorite tarot cards, which is basically a card that... What it does, it humiliates you 9 out of 10 times. It's just basically that's its purpose, because it has 1 in 4 chance to add this bonus effect to one of your jokers. But typically, especially if you already have one of those effects on your jokers, for instance, we have a holographic effect on this one, that means that the chances of you actually getting this effect is quite low. And especially if you already managed to gain such an effect off of one of those Wheels of Fortune, the chances that you get another one is quite poor. But let's give it a go. Perhaps this is the first game in this particular version of the game, so the first run, maybe it'll... Yep, it actually did that. It actually did it. So yeah, typically it just says nope, and well, that's it. Moving on. Oh yeah, sorry. Got carried away. Flush, yeah, of course, we upgrading the flush. And yeah, we have enough to redeem this one. Again, in case the last ante-boss blind would be something atrocious. But yeah, the engine thinks that's the first game we play. It goes easy on us, so I don't think it'll be something terrible. 8765. I guess we'll discard this. We discard this one. Again, we need just 1 club. Yeah, let's discard that. Okay. We have strength, increases rank. Again, don't like either of those cards. So we didn't get a club. So let's proceed trying to get one. Again, it's the small decision of whether we save this card or discard it. Don't know. No, let's discard it. Okay, we're going full frontal on this game. So, yep, still no clubs. Yeah, I mean no 5th club, which is unfortunate. But I'd rather. Yeah, do we need to? Yeah, we actually again right now it's just. Yeah, we get it. We got it, but. At what price? Yeah. Two steel cards is a great thing to have right now. Yeah, but what we got for 3 discards in one hand, which is what, a 4th? Again, roughly a 4th of, well, maybe closer to a 3rd, like 2/7 of. Yeah, not really calculating that. So, what else do we have? We don't have a jack. Don't know. What can we go for? So we have these 2. I would rather save. So we don't want to go for spades or hearts, which leaves us with, well, basically nothing. Let's go this one. Again, we have no discards left, which means from now on, in this round, we need to play hands. And right now, so do we go for a full house? Let's see. It's something along the lines of 370, and it gives us... Yeah, it gives us way more points this way, so I would actually go for that. Again, if I had a stone card, that would be ideal, but there isn't right now. And again, we have certain jokers with which would benefit, which picking particular cards would benefit, but right now, again, I'm too stressed out to actually playing the full game, so to speak, the full rules. And we're still doing quite okay, more than a half right now. But what do we have? We have basically nothing. Pair. Again, we can play one hand just to get rid of certain cards. But what are we looking for? So what are we left with? We have 7 diamonds, 6 spades. We go for spades. I guess we do. But yeah, we can also go for hearts as well. We have 2 lucky cards here, which I would rather go for them. Yeah, let's play this high card. Just an ace of diamonds. Again, you see it does almost nothing in terms of our score. Again, forgot that we have increased ranks. Yeah. But the longer you play, the easier it becomes. You know, you follow certain patterns, and it's easier to enjoy the other parts of, so the other benefits of this game, the other small details of this game, which I may miss out while, you know, talking a lot. But yeah, we go for a flash here. It should give us enough points to be sure that the last hand we have will be enough. Let's see. Yeah, it's actually enough as is. So yeah, lots of things that we unlock. After these run, the game will show us what we've unlocked, again as a prize. Again, let's cash out and see what we have here. Oh, this one is brilliant. It has a 1 in 6 chance to be destroyed. We have 3 more games, which I don't know. I don't know if we go for it. Nah, not this time. One discarded round. Not today, unfortunately. So let's. What does it give us? It gives us 1 planet. We go for Uranus, I guess. Uranus is always great. And 2 more playing cards. Yeah, it's a wild card, which means it's basically a joker. It can be played with any suit. Well, not completely joker, half the joker that we typically see in those full decks. It can be any suit we want it to, but it doesn't always mean that it's only a good thing to have a card of any suit, because if the boss blind debuffs diamonds, that it means that the boss blind sees this wild card as also as a diamond. It sees this card as every single suit, and while it's also sees it as a diamond, it debuffs it. So it's not a great thing to have. But right now, since we're going for flushes, I guess, well, this wild card would actually benefit us. And, well, I don't know. Let's go for another stone card, since we haven't seen them in play yet. Next round, yeah, we got a bit carried away and spent a bit too much. But again, the only thing that is happening is that we just gain one less gold as an interest next time. So. Ace king, queen, king, jack, and something low. In terms of suits, this one is very low, but it's certainly a diamond. And this one, well, it can be an ace of diamonds, but I highly doubt it. No, wait. It can be a king of diamonds. We don't have another king of diamonds in our deck, so it must be an ace of diamonds, which means that we have 4 diamonds right now, so we discard these 2. And I guess, well, actually, can we discard all of them? Yeah, we're looking for another diamond, and we get it. And that is actually the end of our sufferings, which we play out all the face down hands. Yeah. And again, if I were to play it, usually I would think, yeah, we have a joker that buffs up our hearts. So we need to play hearts as much as we can and as often as we can. And yeah, well, everything else is nice. Yeah, the odd ranking, or odd ranks as well. Well, 2 pairs, I guess. Yeah, we got what's something between 1/4 and 1/3 of the pot again. That's not very comfortable number to count, so that's that. Do we go for 2 pair? Yeah, we'll definitely go for 2 pair. You see, just almost twice as much chips. Yeah, no. Oh, I'm sorry. It's unexpected. Again, paying attention, and it's quite late in the evening, at least for me, so yeah, my attention isn't that sharp. Yeah, I guess we'll go with 2 7s, since this 7 is also a lucky card. And again, if we had a stone card, that would be perfect, but again, having 2 of those in our deck doesn't help us getting it in our hand, so. And right now, not the... Yeah, right now we have it, but yeah, we don't have even the half of it. And what we have is, actually we have 2 pair and a stone card. We can increase and convert. Well, actually we'll save up the conversion, but we can increase. What should we increase? We can actually increase those rank of up to 2 selected. What's wrong? I'm selecting the stone card as well. So we'll get these 2 6s, and now we have a bit... actually, that was a bad thing to do, because we get bonuses from 5s. Yeah, you see, that's the tricky part of this game. Yeah, actually downgraded our hand right now. That's unfortunate. But at least we played this hand that's been sitting there almost half of the game. And let's see. We have another 2 pair. Perhaps we have a flush draw. Let's go for a flush draw. But because we need to get quite a lot of points for that. And we don't have it right now. And we're still going for this flash draw, I hope. We'll give it another tarot card, glass card, and yeah, luckily we'll get it. But the thing is, so can we somehow... Yeah, right now we on the verge of failing, so we would go with all our guns blazing, which means we need to convert the highest cards and also to make them glass. There's no straight flush, unfortunately, but we can convert up to 3 cards, which will do... No, I guess... No, we don't play this 9, so it's useless to do it. Let's convert this Jack, and we'll play King, Jack, Jack 10, and this 5 of hearts being a lucky card, and we need to enhance one of those. Let's enhance, I guess, since it's a glass card and it can be destroyed, let's make it the only doubled card that we have right here. So we'll go for this, and we'll just pray that it's enough points to get us through. Nah. That's it. That's actually game over. Yeah, so you see, paying more attention and reading stuff is actually crucial for this game. Not only in live, but in game. And yeah, let's see. Yeah, we'll look for our for the things that we've unlocked. Again, blue deck. Again, every single deck. So this covers. Actually also give us certain bonuses. The previous one that we played was the red deck, and it gave us +1 discard. The blue deck gives us +1 hand every round, and you actually pick your deck at the beginning of each run. Yeah, now another Joker is unlocked, earns... okay, it's not very fancy. Perhaps something... This one is also not interesting. Doubles all listed probabilities. Never played it. Again, sounds a bit... Again, too specific to play it. And yellow deck starts with extra $10. Great thing to have. So we will enhance 16 cards in our decks. We'll get this Joker, which again isn't fancy. At least I don't fancy it. This one raises the cap on interest earned on each round to $12. Again, it's a voucher, so you can purchase them after each blind. It may appear to you in the shop, and again, great thing to have if you play around saving money, I guess. And yeah, well, that's it for our first game. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you have any other suggestions what we play, just leave the comment down below. I'm free to so I'm available to any critique, any feedback that you may give. And yeah, I guess see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.